Every week, Joel Osteen begins with a welcoming smile and an uplifting greeting that feels more like a conversation with a friend than a formal sermon. His opening words often focus on gratitude, strength, and self-belief, encouraging people to speak kindly about their lives and their futures. He frequently reminds listeners that the words they choose can shape their mindset and influence their confidence. Rather than focusing on fear or doubt, he promotes affirmations centered on hope, health, and purpose. This welcoming tone has become a signature element of his gatherings, drawing people who are searching for encouragement in their daily lives. The atmosphere he creates is one of reassurance rather than pressure, where individuals are invited to see themselves as capable and valued. His consistent emphasis on optimism reflects his belief that a positive outlook can gently shift perspectives and inspire personal growth over time. From technology. Enthusiast to spiritual leader, Joel Osteen's journey into ministry was not something he originally planned. In his younger years, he was far more interested in cameras, editing equipment, and production technology than standing behind a pulpit. He preferred working behind the scenes, helping manage broadcasts and technical details rather than speaking publicly. This technical background, however, became an unexpected advantage later in his life. While others focused on traditional preaching paths, he learned how media could reach audiences far beyond the walls of a single building. Over time, his comfort with technology allowed him to contribute to church operations in a unique way, creating televised services that connected with viewers worldwide. His path shows how skills developed in one field can eventually open doors in another. What began as a quiet fascination with equipment eventually became the bridge that guided him toward leadership, communication, and a much larger platform than he had ever imagined. The influence of family and early church roots family played a meaningful role in shaping Joel Osteen's direction, especially through the influence of his father, John Osteen, who founded Lakewood Church. Growing up around church activities exposed him to faith-based environments, but he remained reserved, compared to his siblings, who eagerly participated in speaking and performance. Instead of seeking the spotlight, Joel observed carefully, learning from behind the scenes. He absorbed lessons about communication, discipline and service simply by being present. His father's dedication to ministry demonstrated the impact that faith-centered leadership could have on a community. Even though Joel initially pursued a different path, those early experiences quietly shaped his understanding of purpose and responsibility. Over time, this foundation helped him step into leadership with a sense of continuity rather than sudden change. The expansion of media and global reach just. One of Joel Osteen's most notable contributions has been his use of television and digital platforms to share messages of encouragement. By embracing media early on, he expanded Lakewood Church's reach far beyond its physical location. Weekly broadcasts allowed millions of viewers from different countries and backgrounds to tune in and listen. His communication style, which focuses on clarity and relatability, translated well to television screens. Rather than complex theological debates, he chose simple themes centered on hope, self-improvement, and gratitude. And this accessibility contributed to the rapid growth of his audience and transformed the church into a globally recognized name. His understanding of camera presence, editing, and presentation gave him confidence in front of viewers, even though public speaking had once intimidated him. Media became not only a tool for outreach, but also a defining feature of his leadership style, blending faith with modern communication methods. A leadership transition marked by responsibility. When Joel Osteen stepped into the role of senior pastor after his father's passing in 1999, the responsibility was immense. He had delivered very few sermons before assuming leadership, and the sudden transition placed him under intense public attention. Despite his natural shyness, he gradually developed a calm and conversational speaking style that resonated with many listeners. Instead of trying to imitate others, he leaned into authenticity, choosing encouragement over confrontation. This period tested his confidence, but also strengthened his commitment to personal growth. He focused on preparation, reflection, and consistency to adapt to the new expectations placed upon him. Over time, the congregation expanded significantly, and the church became one of the largest in the United States. The transition demonstrated how leadership can emerge from unexpected circumstances when determination and adaptability meet opportunity, allowing a reserved individual to grow into a widely recognized public figure. Messages of hope, motivation, and self-belief. Joel Osteen's teachings often center on personal empowerment, resilience, and maintaining a hopeful outlook even during difficult seasons. His sermons emphasize the idea that individuals carry untapped potential and that belief in oneself can open doors to new opportunities. Rather than focusing heavily on doctrinal details, he highlights practical life lessons such as forgiveness, gratitude, and maintaining a constructive attitude. Many listeners find comfort in this approach because it speaks directly to everyday challenges like stress, relationships, and self-confidence. His tone is generally gentle and reassuring, aiming to uplift rather than criticize. Supporters appreciate the emotional encouragement his words provide, describing his messages as motivating and accessible. Criticism and differing perspectives. While Joel Osteen's approach has attracted millions of followers, it has also sparked discussion and differing opinions. Some critics feel that his style leans more toward motivational speaking than traditional preaching, suggesting that deeper theological exploration is sometimes absent. Others question the emphasis on optimism, arguing that spiritual conversations should also address struggle and accountability. These perspectives highlight the diversity of expectations people bring to religious leadership. Osteen often responds by stating that his goal is to encourage and uplift rather than debate complex doctrines. He maintains that hope and positivity can coexist with faith without diminishing its meaning. Public figures naturally attract scrutiny, and his prominence ensures that various viewpoints continue to circulate. Despite disagreements, these discussions also reflect the broad reach of his influence, showing how a single communication style can inspire admiration in some audiences while prompting thoughtful critique in others. Personal life and partnership in ministry. Joel Osteen's personal life, particularly his partnership with his wife, Victoria Osteen, has been a visible part of his public image. Victoria serves alongside him in ministry, and together they present a united front focused on family values and community involvement. Their long-standing marriage and shared responsibilities create a sense of stability that many supporters find reassuring. Outside of public appearances, they emphasize maintaining balance between professional commitments and private family time. Their relationship illustrates collaboration rather than competition, highlighting mutual respect and shared goals. Observers often note that their partnership contributes to the welcoming environment associated with their downward Warren grows. While public attention sometimes brings speculation, they generally keep personal matters private, focusing instead on service and outreach. Community outreach and public attention. Large organizations often face heightened visibility, and Lakewood Church is no exception. Over the years, its charitable efforts and community responses during challenging times have drawn both appreciation and questions. Supporters point to outreach programs, donations, and volunteer initiatives as evidence of commitment to service. At the same time, public discussions sometimes arise regarding how large institutions allocate resources and manage responsibilities. Such conversations are common for well-known organizations and reflect the expectations placed upon them by diverse communities. Joel Osteen typically emphasizes the importance of compassion and assistance. encouraging individuals to contribute positively in their own ways. Regardless of differing viewpoints, the church's scale ensures that its actions receive attention from both supporters and critics. A complex yet lasting influence. Joel Osteen's overall influence is best described as multifaceted, combining inspiration, media presence, and ongoing public discussion. To many, he represents encouragement and emotional support, offering messages that focus on possibility and self-belief. To others, he symbolizes a modern shift in how spiritual communication is delivered, blending faith with motivational language and contemporary media strategies. His journey from a reserved technical assistant to a widely recognized speaker reflects personal growth and adaptability. Whether viewed as a beacon of hope or a figure who invites debate, his impact on modern religious culture is undeniable. He has reshaped how large audiences engage with faith-based content, demonstrating that tone, accessibility, and media awareness can significantly influence outreach. Ultimately, his legacy continues to evolve, shaped not only by his words, but also by the conversations and reflections they inspire among people from many different walks of life.